Thomas Jefferson's Poplar Forest lies in the rolling farmland of Bedford County, Virginia, a 3-day carriage ride from the stresses of Jefferson's public life at Monticello. Here he built a retreat through which he could renew himself and indulge his personal interests as Jefferson the man, not the public figure. Thomas Jefferson and his wife Martha inherited the working plantation from Martha's father, John Wales. Jefferson was well familiar with the area, his father having surveyed the region earlier in young Thomas's life. In 1781, to evade capture by the British, who had overrun Monticello, Jefferson and his family spent 6 weeks at the Poplar Forest plantation, staying in an overseer's home near the present site of the main house. The duties of public life would draw him away from the plantation, leaving its operations to an overseer and a growing population of enslaved men, women, and children. But Jefferson always kept Poplar Forest dear in his heart. More than 20 years after the passing of his wife, and while still serving as President of the United States, Jefferson began making plans to improve the property. Thus, work began on the iconic octagonal home in 1806. Jefferson first occupied the home in 1809 and continued its refinement over many years, pouring his creativity into every aspect of design and landscaping. Drawing on Palladian themes, he created a home that personified and reflected his personal tastes, his ideal villa. Here we can come to understand the private man, intellectually curious, creative, but drawn to classical order, with a love of farming, architecture, literature, and family. Jefferson stated that he considered Poplar Forest one of the most valuable of his possessions. Here he was at ease, often in the company of his granddaughters, with time to read, indulge his interests, tinker, and reflect. Stroll on the terrace of the service wing, as Jefferson would, and survey the rolling landscape stretching toward the Blue Ridge Mountains. Pause by a window bathed in sunlight. Imagine the sights, sounds, and conversation of a meal under the skylight, or the quiet contemplation of a good book in the south parlor. Poplar Forest continues to provide its visitors a renewal of spirit, just as it did Thomas Jefferson.